Good morning, everybody. Welcome back and happy Friday. I'm Jennifer. We're going to do a floss tube today. It's going to be floss tube 146, I want to say. I just looked and I've already forgot. That's bad. Okay. So today, welcome any new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming and checking us out. And any returning subscribers, thank you for coming and seeing what I've been working on. Okay, I apologize for the glare ahead of time on my glasses. If I turn my head this way, it's not, I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you what I've been working on and then what I'm working on. And I will have to tell you, it may look like I did a lot of stitches this week, but I really, truly kind of didn't. It's all totaled up and tallied, and I'm just going with the flow. So it may not look like I did a whole lot, but it probably doesn't. But because last week was kind of, I don't want to say busy, but we'll get into that. Okay, so the first one is Dreams of Butterflies. And I don't know if you can see it. Dreams of Butterflies. Now, I cannot pronounce who the artist is, but it's from Heaven and Earth. And Stitchery Lovers inspired me to do this one. I love this. I started watching her do this, and I said, you know what? I've got to get this. And this is being stitched on 25 count, and I'm doing 10th stitch. I'm doing 2/1, and it's all CXC floss for all my projects. Okay, so I kind of went wherever I wanted with this. And last time I showed you guys, this is the whole entire first page. This is the second page. I kind of just started down here on the next row. I'm not sure why. I guess because I just got tired of all the monotony. If you guys can see, this is the flowers on the first row that I think because most of it was confetti, and I just got so irritated. But then I went down here and started this, and that's where I got with it. And I'll tell you how many stitches I did on this because it's all tent. I did not count it as full cross. So on that one, I did 2,497 tent stitches, and now it's at 4%, and I did a total, wait a minute, I've lost my thought. Yeah, I'm at 4%, and I'm going to tell you, this thing is huge. There's 417,307 stitches in this thing. That's a lot of stitches. And so far, I've done 15,256 stitches. That's a lot of stitches. Let me tell you, it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like just 15,000 stitches. But I'm just going by what my Stitch Pal says. So that one I completed, and because I kind of got to the point where I was just like, I'm really tired of just the confetti. And then when I started down at this second row, I was like, yeah, I'm done. This is getting old. So I put that aside and picked up the next one I'm working on for this week, or whenever. I know, I promised I was going to do one whatever. Keep one for myself and do it and focus on. So I've kind of changed things up with that, and I'll tell you in a minute. No, I didn't do that one. I don't know why that's over here. Okay, so now The next one is the Shepherd's Cottage. And I gotta find the paper for it. This is, artwork is Mandy Manzano. And it is from Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm doing this on 18 count. And I kind of was all over the place with this one also. I started doing all the black, and then it was like, okay, I want to, you know, try to finish at least one page. And I almost finished a page. And then it just kind of got to the point. I don't know what my deal is with my stitching lately. It's like I'm just all over the place when I stitch on a WIP. I start wherever I leave off, and then I get so bored. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's just me or what's going on. So, I'm stitching in this upper corner, and it's all on 18 count. So this is what I've done so far. And I was filling all this in up in here. And again, don't ask me why, but I just got really, really bored. And then I was working down here to fill all this in. And then I just ended up going down here. So, yeah, stitching is not making any sense lately. Excuse me. So, I just dropped down to the next row again. So this is full cross, and again, this is 18 count. Don't know why my stitching is all kind of out of whack. I have no idea. I don't know if it's me or what the deal is. I did 2,602 stitches, and after tallying it all up, all the stitches I've done so far, I've done 17,638 stitches, and this thing is there's 226,600 stitches in this, and I'm at 8%, which I think is pretty decent so far. I wanted to try to get to 10, but again, I'm getting really bored lately. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. It seems like when I pick one to focus on for, you know, a certain amount of time, I get bored. I don't know why. I don't get it. It's not making any kind of sense. Okay, so now my YouTube piece. This one is being stitched solely when I record videos and so forth. This is just mainly for my channel. This is from Stitches So Beautiful. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. This is the Old Bookshop Cats, and the artist is Irina Garmashova Calton. Like I said, if I butcher it, I'm sorry. And I'm doing this on 20 count, and I'm doing 2/110. I was doing full cross, but I changed it. Excuse me. Ooh, that did not mean to do that. Yeah, I kind of changed it up. I didn't like the way the stitches were getting bulky. When you do it 2/1 and you're doing full cross, it was getting really bulky. And I just got to a point where I was just like, yeah, I can't even push the needle through. So, technically, these pages are smaller than they would be with a Haid. And I'm not fully finished. But those of you that have been watching my videos, thank you for watching so much, watching me stitch this. This is where I'm at. And this is the bottom, hold on. I'll do it this way. This is the bottom corner. If you guys can see this piece of paper, a book or something. And because I started at the bottom left, and that's where I'm at. I have not filled in down here yet. I'm doing this by color and just basically extreme cross stitch across the whole page. So I haven't filled in down here yet, but if you look close enough, this is the mouse's tail. So hopefully I'll get it done next week with the videos and stuff. We'll see. So with that one, where did my notes go? I'm losing it today. The old bookshop cats, I've only done 2,000 stitches, and I didn't think to look to how many stitches were in this, but I'm at 2%. I've done 2,006 stitches on that, and which is yeah, pretty good. All right, now the last one, excuse me, is Jungle, and it is, the artwork's by Ciro Marchetti, and this is, when I bought this, I didn't realize the title. It's Jungle Request a Size, and I got the mini, and it's from Heaven and Earth, and this is what it's going to look like. And I am up here in this left corner stitching the parrots, trying to fill all that in. And really, I'm having a time this morning. All my stuff is like kind of just discombobulated, even though I had it organized. Okay, so there's what I've done. Right now I'm just filling everything in. This is a whole page, but I'm filling it in. I'm gonna work on that this afternoon when I get back from nail appointment and groceries and all that fun stuff. So yeah, so there you go. And right now I've done 1,085 stitches, and it's only at 3%. And I'm still trying to decide how I'm going to do this, because I watched another YouTube creator that she focuses on one for a month and gets, so many in. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do that. Just because I want to finish this one. Since this is a mini, and I looked at my stats on my, because I use markup, and I looked at my stats on here. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Let's see. Bear with me, it's being slow this morning. Looked at my stats on here, and it says I should finish this by the 26th of October. And I'm not, I'm not sure. Do I hope I can finish it by then? Sure. we're gonna hit for that. And if not, I tried. Hang on. Sorry, my neighbors are like really loud this morning and just annoying. So, and I'm also having iPad issues because my iPad's not charging. And I have ordered a new one. So, yeah. we're going to go from there. It just started not charging. And so I went into the markup group because I'm part of that group, and I went in there and asked them, you know, I'm just ordered the new tablet, and how do I transfer everything? And it's pretty easy. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that when my tablet comes, hopefully in the next whatever, because lately I haven't been getting things on time when I order stuff. But hopefully I can yeah, get that up, because they even told me, you know, this is what you do. And so I've backed up everything. I've saved all my, you know, the progress and all that stuff. And one lady messaged me and she was like, yeah, you should be able to, once you, excuse me, once you get the new tablet and sign in as yourself and so forth, you should be able to just everything should be put onto that. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because yeah, it's been annoying, and I really like markup, and I like Pattern Keeper too, but because I have an iPad, I use that. So let's see, is there anything else I need to tell you? All right, life update and reading update. I started reading I told you guys I started reading that book, Deep Sleep. And honestly, it just, I didn't even get an hour into it, and I just kind of got bored. So I went into my TBR list, which I need to update again, and pulled out The President's Daughter that James Patterson and Bill Clinton wrote. And oh my gosh, it says I've read it before. I don't remember reading it or listening to it or whatever. And I'm just like, huh. Hold on, and I'll tell you what it says. I don't have my, I'm not listening to it on my Kindle. I'm listening to it on Audible. And bear with me, my throat is really sore this morning. Let's see, Audible. There it is. Okay. It's about, this is what it's about. Former President and Navy SEAL Matthew Keating, who must launch a one-man mission to rescue his teenage daughter after she is kidnapped by a terrorist seeking revenge. So, yeah, it says I read it or listened to it, one of the two, when I went into Goodreads to put it on my thing, or Goodreads. And I was like, I don't remember reading this or listening to it. So I just started it again. And so far, it's kind of boring, but it's really good, if that makes any sense. And so I haven't gotten really good into it. I think I'm only like, I don't know, an hour or two into the book. And he's no longer president. And his vice president, who, I'm sorry, she seems like a real, excuse my language, bitch. She's become the president. and they are leaving the White House. That's as far as I got. So, and of course, I think his wife, the president and his wife, are separated. At least that's the way it's coming across. And his daughter is going back to college. She's in college, and so I'm assuming it hasn't gotten good yet. So this is just okay. Yeah, and he went to, he's going to New Hampshire or somewhere like that, and that's where he's going to be living. Well, his wife goes and does her thing, and the daughter goes back to college. So I just started reading it on last Friday. No, because today's the 6th. Hold on. That is not when I started this. I did not start this then. When did I start this? Hold on. I have to look at my planner because I know I wrote it down. Excuse me, guys. My poor throat this morning is like, ridiculous. Let's see. I'm not sure when I started this. It doesn't say. I didn't write it down. And I don't know if I put it down here. Hold on, we'll find out. To look in my notepad that I used to write before, so I can put it in my planner later. And I don't see. I didn't write it down. I could have swore I did. Because, yeah, it's not in there. I didn't write it down. And usually I do. So that's my fault. And I usually write it down in this, so I can put it in my planners, so I will remember. And I didn't. So, yeah, that's my fault. Okay, so, this week, this is time for life update. This week, has been kind of, busy, and, little dude went back to school. He's feeling so much better than what he was. He, I don't know if I told you guys, but he ended up with a fever of 101, and he had to stay home from school. And this was the day before the blizzard. And of course, that was like, I think 11 days ago. And so he went back to school, and he did talk to the person that is doing the Honor Society committee, and the invitation is going to stay open until next year. And I talked to this person also, and she was like, I understand, we totally get it. And I said he didn't know what he needed to do, and he can't, there's supposed to be a meeting today, and he can't go. And because my parents are out of town, and they're the ones that would have picked him up. So he doesn't seem too worried about it. But then again, knowing him, like I said, knowing him. So he's going to work on that stuff, because he has to have so many hours, and he needs to be in a club through the school. They have these clubs like the chess club. There's a gaming club. So yeah, he has to do all that, and there's not enough time because I mean, shoot, it's March, and school's ending, you know. So yeah, he's gonna work towards all that for next year because he has to get all of his hours in. He has to do so many service hours and all this stuff. So we're trying to get all that situated because, you know, it's like I told the person in charge of this. I said he didn't know about the service hours. He just knew that he had to have so many hours for something. I said, and he wasn't sure. And I said, he's one of these people that does not like to ask. And I said, and he's very quiet and he just, you know, and so we're working towards that. Hopefully, we'll see. And so he yeah, so that's the only thing he's really doing. What else has been going on? Let's see. Trying to think, because I feel like I did get some organization done. And oh yeah, I'm sitting here with the most obvious thing right behind me. This quilt my mother made, and she hasn't quilted in like 5 years. And so little Jude's birthday was on the 26th, and she called me and she was like, is he home? I said, as far as I know, he better be. And because I was at work. So she went over there and came over and gave him his present. So when I got home, my daughter's like, oh yeah, you got some stuff too. And I'm like, huh? This was one of them. So I called her and I was like, you didn't have to make this for me. She said, I didn't. She said, I made that a long time ago. She said, I don't even quilt anymore because she has what is called long COVID and she can't do a whole lot. And because she could sit in her quilting room for hours and hours on end and make quilts or sew or whatever. But now she can't. And so I was just like, okay. And this was the gift. I don't know what it's called. She told me what it was called. I forgot. I didn't write it down. So that and then she gave me a baby picture of me. She also gave me a dress. Okay. When I was told there was a dress here, now you are gonna laugh at this. I don't wear dresses that much anymore. Very rarely do I put a dress on. So when my daughter told me there was a dress in my room, I was like, okay. So I went back there and I started laughing. And Miranda's like, what is so funny? And I said, this dress is so old. This dress, and I don't have a picture. I folded it up because it needs to be, you know, hand washed, and I have to bleach the apron part of it because there's this big yellow stain where it's been sitting for like God knows how long. When I was like, I want to say 6, 7 years old, or if even that, I don't even remember the exact age, but I remember it. It was for school, and it was a bicentennial thing, or something like that. And we had to wear dresses from that time period. or costumes from that time period for, I can't even remember what it was for. So my mom made the dress and the little thing over top of it, the apron or whatever it's called, and a little thing, hair thing, bonnet, whatever you call it. So there it is laying on my bed. And I just started giggling. And I said, I wish I had pictures of this because I don't. So yeah, she gave me that. She gave me a bunch of variegated floss that she still had in the box that it came in. So I'm going to find something to use that for. And I think that's all she gave me. She told me there's more coming my way. So yeah. So I think that's all she gave me. I don't, if there is something that I forgot, probably knowing me, I did. So yeah, that's about all I have to tell you guys this week on my Flosstube. So, my plans for this, for the next whatever, I'm working on Jungle. Yeah, I know. If I can keep to that. Only because I want to get this done, or try to, at my, at as fast as I, hopefully. So I'm working toward that October, October goal of this year. If not, I'll just, try to get it as high as I can. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to hop off here and I will see you guys next time. I really do appreciate, and I'm very thankful for everybody that comes and views my channel. If you're, just coming to check us out, please make sure you subscribe and or like. And if you want to leave a comment, please do so down in the description box. Or if there's any questions, again, leave it down in the comment comment section, and I will gladly answer. Okay, so I'm going to hop off here, and I hope everybody has a good week, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.